What's up, guys? Bang, bang. Lunch money time. We're back in person. Me and the beautiful, intelligent Polina Marinova. While Wall Street's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right. Are you happy that I'm back?
Yes.
All right.
He told me to say
Good answer. Paul Tudor Jones, first topic. What's going on with the legend?
So Paul has nearly 2% of his assets in Bitcoin, of all things.
Paul Tudor Jones is a multi-billionaire. He's worth about $5 billion. He manages about $22 billion at Tudor Investments. He, since literally the mid-'80s, has been one of the best investors in the entire world. I started to make Polina watch
It's very good.
a documentary on him.
Although the cinematography, is that a word? Very bad. But the actual content, very good. Go on.
It's the mid-'80s. What do you think? They didn't have iPhones. They weren't on TikTok.
Go ahead.
So Paul Tudor Jones, he basically came out last week, said that he's got about that he's buying Bitcoin. He's actually not buying actual Bitcoin. He's getting exposure through the derivatives market, but he believes that it is going to be a great hedge against all of the inflation that is coming from the printing of money. And now he came out this morning on CNBC, said he's got about 2% of his assets in it, which is somewhere between, let's call it $300 to $500 million.
Now, those are his personal assets. He's not investing his clients' money in it.
My guess is that he's talking about the $22 billion that he manages. Because what I believe he does, and don't hold me to this, is that he actually invests his money alongside his clients.
I see.
So he's basically managing his own money, and then he has client money that just goes in on top of it.
Well, here's what he said that I thought was interesting. He said, when I think of Bitcoin, look at it as one tiny part of a portfolio. It may end up being the best performer of all of them. I kind of think it might be. But I'm very conservative.
Yeah, of course. Hey, look, the reason why it's a big deal is because he's not only one, a legend for past performance. Two is people think that he's a very sound decision maker. He's very intelligent. He's obviously done his work. And an interesting tidbit is in 2017, he actually invested in Bitcoin. He doubled his money, and then he got out and was like, "Oh, I just played the trend." Right? Like this big bull market, I got in, I got out, no problem. He's now revisited it and decided this is a great inflation hedge. He's got a whole framework for how he did that. But it's a big deal that he's publicly saying this right while they're printing trillions of dollars.
I would love to see him and Mr. Wonderful one-on-one talk about Bitcoin.
It would be a bloodbath.
It'd be so funny. Well, because I feel like Paul Tudor Jones is so logical and like rooted in reality, and then Mr. Wonderful is like, "This is trash, garbage, take it out."
One of them is a very disciplined Wall Street investor. The other is an entertainer.
That's true,
right? And Kevin O'Leary, by the way, is a good investor as well.
I forgot his name. Thank you.
But he's simply he understands when he's on camera that he's supposed to entertain, and that's why he does it.
Okay.
Never forget that he forbid me from doing what I've done. It's all right. On national television.
If I said I forbid you from something, you'd be like, what?
I would just go do it. All right. The Bitcoin halving. Happy halving day. There's a couple of days a year that are important. Every 4 years, there's like Christmas. That's a big deal every year. There's Mother's Day. That's a big deal. Father's Day, your birthday, my birthday. And then every 4 years, there's halving day. So happy halving day. All right, go ahead.
By the way, fun fact, when we were looking at dates for our wedding, I think this was like around this time was one of the proposed dates. And he was like, absolutely not. And I was like, why? And he was like, it's halving day.
Yeah, you can't have your wedding on halving day. What are you, crazy? This is an international holiday.
Okay.
So the Bitcoin halving's happening today. It's got moved up a little bit. It's happening around 3:00 today. And we're going to go from 1,800 Bitcoin a day to 900 on the incoming supply. As people know, supply and demand, big deal.
He's having a Bitcoin halving party, a virtual one, and I'm not really invited, which I'm upset about. Am I invited?
What are you going to do at the halving live stream?
I'm going to talk to my friends.
Polina's not ready for the Bitcoin community. They're too ruthless.
I mean, some of you are.
All right, so halving's happening today. I expect it to be somewhat of a non-event on the price standpoint. Maybe we'll get a little drop afterwards, but we'll see what happens. But over the next 18 months, this is incredibly bullish. So it's happening today. Pay attention. If you want to learn more about it, ask in the comments and people will
I have a question. So we haven't, not we, but like the people haven't mined the 21 million Bitcoin yet?
No, 18.3 to 18.4 million, somewhere in there have been mined.
Okay. So
that That means that less than 3 million are left to be mined.
Yeah. So if they're all mined before the next halving, will there be a next halving?
They won't be.
Oh, why?
Because we programmatically know how many. This is the beauty of Bitcoin is we don't know what interest rate decisions are going to be next. We don't know how much more money the Fed's going to print, right? I mean, literally, they're talking about a forced stimulus right now. We don't know how much it is. We don't know when it's going to happen. So everyone's speculating in the market on whether it's going to happen or not, how much it's going to be, et cetera. Instead, here, I know exactly today at around 3 o'clock, we're going to go from 1,800 Bitcoin a day to 900. That means that every 10 minutes, we're going to get 6.25 Bitcoin. That's going to happen for 4 years. Then it'll get cut from there in half again for 4 years, get cut in half again, all the way out. And that'll take us to about 2140, give or take, until we run out of Bitcoin to mine.
Wow. And then what?
120 years to mine all the remaining less than 3 million.
Oh, wow. So we're not going to be alive for that.
I don't know about you, but I plan to be alive.
Oh my God. That's so crazy. Okay.
Would you get cryogenically frozen?
No.
Why? You don't want to come back?
I just want to decompose like everybody else.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Well, how would you come back? Like,
well, if you get cryogenically frozen and then they have technology to bring you back.
That's your body. How are they going to bring back your mind, your soul?
They can download it to a computer. They can download it to a computer.
They cannot download my jokes to a computer.
Yeah, in fact, yes, they can. Did you listen to the Joe Rogan, Elon Musk thing? Did you hear how he was talking about the whole idea of Neuralink is when they attach it to your brain? Basically, his whole thing is like your brain's a computer, right? And so like, let's say you're a quadriplegic. It's literally your brain is trying to move your arm, but it can't. So instead, you can use Bluetooth to get the muscles to move based on your brain, right? You can basically kind of circumvent the issues.
Right, but those are like impulses, like electric pulses,
yes.
Right? They're not the quality and the content of the thought.
Yes, it is. What is thought? What is feelings? What is knowledge? It's all electrical impulses.
Yes.
Your brain is just a computer. It's basically a biological circuit board.
Okay, but
so here's where it gets crazy. That technology one day in the future could literally, Google could just be there. So rather than having to say like, I can't remember Scotty P's last name. Instead, you'll know who was the second best player on the Chicago Bulls in 1993, what about Scottie Pippen.
But what about learning? How are you going to learn?
You're not going to need to learn.
That's horrible.
No, you're going to have all the knowledge in the world right at your fingertips.
I think we should all be learning.
Well, that's because humans are dumb. And in the future, we're going to be smart. The second thing it means is that your brain could potentially be programmed, which is a whole thing around the ethics of brain interfaces. Are you ready for that world?
I'm interested in that world.
Did you like the part where he said that in the future, our brains, we can actually have technology embedded in our brains, and they'll
think together?
Well, they'll be connected, and we won't have to talk to each other. You'll just be able to read my mind. I'll be able to read yours.
You would love for me to not be able to talk to you. Yesterday we were watching. Well, I'll wait till the last dance to bring this up.
All right, let's get to Tesla. Speaking of Elon Musk, Tesla, bang bang, he ain't playing.
Elon still salty. This time at California. He is suing California.
Why?
Because he's claiming they have no rational basis for shutting down his factory.
Tangentially correct, but there's one nuance.
What's the
nuance? They shut down his factory. He was not happy about it, but they did shut down. Alameda County has basically said, hey, we're going to start reopening some businesses. Tesla put a plan in place to reopen, but they got told by Alameda County, no, you can't do that. And he finally broke and said, I'm suing you. He actually filed the complaint in federal court saying, this is why he's a savage. He said two things that were really important. He said, one, the person making this decision is a healthcare professional that's not an elected official. It's somebody who was just appointed. Who the hell is this person, right? Idiot. Most likely doesn't understand economy, doesn't understand business, is just some doctor or healthcare professional who, again, is not elected by the people, but is trying to enforce a non-constitutional thing on his business. That's first of all. Second of all, he said, listen, if you guys aren't going to let us operate our business, I'm leaving. And he now has pledged that he's going to pull their operations out of California. He's going to move it to Texas or Nevada, and he's gone. He's done.
And that's a big loss for California, right?
Of course. California, he employs 35,000 people at a higher than normal wages. So 35,000 jobs are about to leave California. Second best part about this is that there's a California assemblywoman, which is like the state government, basically. She literally tweeted after all this happened, and she said, F Elon Musk.
Ooh.
Fuck Elon Musk.
Whoa.
Right here, there, you can see right there in the thing. And
That's wild.
of course, when you say that, there's three reactions. Some people like that she said it. As you can see, Elon Musk responded with message received.
Wait, I don't get it. Why?
He's just like, I hear you. That's fine, right? But the third one, and the most important thing is, this is a California representative who's been elected to office, who is there to serve the people. She works for Elon Musk. She works for Tesla. She works for the people of California. They pay taxes so that she can draw a salary. And the way that she's treating, who is one of the largest employers in California, most likely, she's not helping keep them there. Most people would compete to have Tesla come to their state. Instead, she's literally throwing her middle finger up at the CEO of one of the most important companies.
I cannot be a CEO because I would not react that well to that kind of tweet.
What would you say?
Someone's not being nice to their friend.
But all of this brings together the idea that we are seeing the true colors of people right now. Right? They don't care about people. It's all about the likes and retweets on Twitter. It's not actually about keeping 35,000 jobs in California.
I think she is probably operating from the mindset that a big part of her constituency probably doesn't like Elon Musk because he's rich, because he's a billionaire, whatever. So she's appealing to those people versus Elon Musk.
Here's two great stats. One, Tesla, 35,000 jobs, right, that are going to leave California now. That's a huge part of the workforce for a single company. Second of all, 54% of California's state budget is paid for by the taxes of rich tech people. 54, more than half of the state's budget comes from taxing the rich tech people. California is a whole different
animal. I don't understand it. But
I'm willing to bet that Elon Musk personally is responsible for probably, I'm going to guess, 1 to 2% of California's state budget Elon Musk pays in taxes.
I don't
Think about that for a second.
That's a lot.
It's wild that they are treating somebody like this. And on top of all of this, imagine a world where in the United States of America, the land of the free, people want to go to work.
Yeah.
They're trying to go to work, and the government is stepping in and saying, you cannot go to work.
Yeah.
These people are clowns. Literally, who is this woman?
I don't know.
Clown. It's clown town that they're doing this.
It's clown town. You heard it here first.
We've got unelected officials. It's all a power grab. It's all about how can I further my political standing rather than how do I actually help my state and my country return back to normal? Because it's not like they're saying, hey, we're going to bring all of our employees back and you can just go wild. They're saying we're going to bring them back in a safe, orderly, intelligent way. We have things in place, masks, social distancing,
especially with something like a Tesla factory. I'm guessing there is room to socially distance.
I believe this to be true. More than half of the factory is robots.
The robots are socially distant.
Right? I mean, this is crazy. All right, let's keep going before I go and find this lady. I'm going to go tweet at this lady.
Okay.
He also hit this guy with some guy was like talking shit to Elon, and Elon blocked him, and the guy like screenshot it and tweeted out and was like, Elon Musk, billionaire, can't take a little shit on Twitter or something. And Elon responded and he just goes, no, I think you're really fucking boring, which I thought was pretty good.
Now when people come at me on Twitter or something, I'll just respond with message received. Okay. 80 million Chinese men may already be out of work. 9 million more will soon be competing for jobs too.
Do you think this is bad?
This is a sad article. I read it. Yes, it's very bad.
Why?
I mean, this is a complete blow to the economy, right?
Why?
What are you calculating?
I'm calculating over here. Go ahead.
Because I mean, it's a little bit of foreshadowing for the U.S. to see what's going on in China after they've kind of started reopening, after they're out on the other side of the coronavirus, and we're sitting here looking at them, and we're like, oh my God, the future does not look great.
I don't think this number matters.
Why?
Two pieces. One, 80 million Chinese out of 1.5 billion. They literally have 10x more people in their workforce. It's an order of magnitude larger workforce than we do.
Yeah.
Right. We have about 156 million Americans in the American workforce. I don't think actually 1.5 billion is their total workforce. I think that's their total population, but they have materially more people.
You have to know the workforce number.
The workforce number, right? So let's say it's just half. Let's say it's 750 million people, right? Which would put them at multiples of us. To have 80 million and we have over 30 million. like they're actually doing pretty well compared to us.
Well, so it says the full scale of how many people have lost their jobs in the country is hard to capture. So it may be more.
Of course.
It's still really terrifying.
So they're still at 4 or 5% unemployment, right? We technically are 3 to maybe 4 times higher than they are on a percentage basis as of right now. Another data point that's really interesting, I wrote about today. It's called the dead cat bounce.
Cat. Oh, no.
Dead cat bounce. Fat cat.
Fat cat. That's the guy from Barstool.
No, his name is Big Cat. He's not Fat Cat. His name is Big Cat.
I like Fat Cat better.
Oh, man. All right. So dead cat bounce is basically right now, if you think of, there's been economic data has been falling off a cliff, 4.8% GDP down in Q1 of this year. A lot of people think it's going to be worse in Q2 because everyone's sitting at home, get people back to work safely. But when they reopen these economies, everyone's going to rush out, right? They're going to go stand in lines. They're going to buy stuff, whatever. And it's going to give this false positive of, oh, everything's back to normal, right? All of this data looks like people are coming back and spending. The problem with that is it's not going to be sustainable. So everyone's going to rush out. And in Wuhan, China, basically in week 5, they started to see economic activity tick back, week 5 of reopening. In week 9, it peaked at almost the exact same level pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
But now, it's like week 11 or 12, they're 20% lower than they were pre-pandemic. So basically what you're going to get is you're going to get this recovery, and then you're going to get it settle on kind of a new normal. That new normal is likely to be 10 to 30% lower than it was pre-pandemic.
Can I ask why it's called the dead cat bounce?
Well, first of all, you can ask whatever you would like. This is half your show now.
70%.
All right. Dead cat bounce is because if a cat's dead and you drop it on the floor, it literally bounces before it stays. Yeah,
How do
of course.
you know?
That's why it's called a dead cat bounce.
I don't like that.
Okay, what do you want to call it?
Something
live cat bounce?
No, anything but
A
that.
live cat bounce, the cats always land on their feet. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like super athletic like that. But
They're
dead cats don't. Dead cats bounce.
Okay. I don't want to talk about that anymore. And also, just for the record, I feel like a fat cat would bounce more than a dead cat.
Would it though? It has more things to absorb the energy shock from the ground. Just saying. Go ahead.
No,
Last dance.
it has
Last
more.
dance.
Okay. So Last Dance. Oh my God, that calendar. Last Dance.
I got things to do, people to see, places to be. Let's go.
You have nowhere to be.
Well, at 11 o'clock, I got things to do. Go ahead.
Last Dance. We watched the documentary again last night. I think there's only one more weekend, but let me just paint a picture.
Episodes 6 and 7. No, 7 and 8.
Okay. I think.
Yes.
So basically, my dad is really bad about this. Every time we watch a movie, he talks through the entire thing and you're like, please stop talking, and he won't. But I don't do that. I just want you to know, I only sometimes do that when I ask a question, but I don't talk through the whole thing.
We should have labeled this section Lunch Money Confessionals, because right now you're hearing a confession of a criminal. Literally, you're a criminal. So you're watching a movie or a documentary, and every 5 seconds, it's like, and you're asking me a question, you're doing something, and I can't pause it. Normally I just pause and then we talk and then I play it again. But when it's on television, I can't pause it. And therefore I have to, finally, guys, this is what I had to resort to.
Commercial break.
Just like this. Commercial break. Just hit her with a finger. Commercial break. Commercial break. Hold your questions. Write them in your notes.
So I wasn't exactly, at one point, I wasn't exactly paying attention. So I kept hearing like Spike Lee this, Spike Lee that. And I was like, did Spike Lee play in the NBA?
Do you know who Spike Lee is?
Yes, he is a filmmaker.
Do you know how tall Spike Lee is?
No.
Newsflash. He's real short. He's not playing in the NBA.
Okay, but that other guy was real short. And
who? BJ Armstrong?
Yes.
Yeah, you actually don't know this. Do you know who Muggsy Bogues is?
No, but I love that name.
Muggsy Bogues was basically a professional NBA player who, by NBA standards, was a midget.
Like, so me or taller?
Yeah, he was probably like, I don't know exactly how tall he was, but he's probably, my guess is he was 5'5".
Oh, I'm taller.
Yeah, so he's like your height playing in the NBA.
No, taller. I'm taller.
Maybe he was 5'6", but he was real short.
But he was good, right?
He was pretty good. And also everyone knew who he was because his name was Muggsy Bogues. Listen, Last Dance was fantastic. What was your favorite part about last night, even though you were half watching and half asking questions the whole time?
Wait, what did I like?
You don't even remember what you watched.
I loved it when my guy, Tony Kukoc, scored that last thing.
Can you do your jump shot at first again? When he hit the last shot when Scottie Pippen refused to get off the bench?
Yes. Freaking Scottie Pippen. I have a problem with his attitude.
Why?
Because you're playing a game, people are counting on you. You get off your ass and you go play.
You're probably not wrong. You know, my favorite part is
What?
Michael Jordan holds grudges.
Oh my God, that's how he motivates himself.
Did you catch the part where he made up grudges to hold?
Yes. Nice game, son. Or whatever.
You know why Polina knows what that is like? Because she does that to me sometimes. She just makes things up to be mad about.
No, that's not true.
You don't do that? Why are you laughing right now?
Because there's always a reason that may be hidden under the surface. We're out of time.
Well, that's fine. This is important. Now that we are at Lunch Money Confessionals, I want to have everyone understand, yesterday there was a crime that occurred inside of our apartment where after we got done watching the documentary, Polina had been sitting on the couch with a blanket. We got up, go brush our teeth and stuff, get ready for bed. And all of a sudden, she walks back in the living room and starts getting upset that the blanket is not put away. And I had to remind her, well, I'm not here to clean up after you.
Hold on. For all the ladies watching, if we start splitting tasks of, I'm only going to do the things that I leave around and you're only going to do the things you leave around. Okay, let's not.
My favorite thing to say in our house is when something gets left around, I just say, I wasn't done with that yet. Why did I put that plate in the sink? I wasn't done with it yet. Why is that cup still sitting? I wasn't done with it yet.
Never done. Never done.
All right, lunch money time. What are we doing? Who won?
Jolene Bassin. You are the winner.
She said Bassin _Jolene.
She said, what I learned from your show is that you get two types of billionaires, builders and investors. Elon Musk doesn't like investors like Warren. Great show, guys. First show that interests me after watching one of your episodes with my partner. I love that you're watching it with your partner because I am a partner.
Oh, so now you're not the boss.
I thought we were partners.
All right, deal. Show me your fingernails. She was real excited to show me yesterday. She painted her fingernails purple. All right, guys, listen, that's it for Lunch Money today. While she's trying to get rich, the rest of us trying to get our lunch money right. We are back in action, in person, no more remote. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Woo!